today it's very common for a person that walks down the street that his image is being recorded on surveillance cameras. Wherever you go, houses have surveillance cameras, stores, offices, even the city has on poles such cameras, and it's inevitable to be recorded wherever you go. Is a person allowed to walk down like this on Shabbat where he knows he's being recorded, or maybe he should stay home? The poskim permitted going even though his image is being recorded for a few reasons. What could be the potential issur? Could be that you could say that it's kotev, writing, since your image is being recorded on the computer. Sometimes you can even see it on the screen. That's a form of writing, or roshem, which is a form of writing. So Rav Elyashiv said it's not writing min haTorah. It's not asur min haTorah. It's only rabbinically. Why? Because it's not the normal way of writing with your hands or drawing with your hands. It's just you walk down the street and it records your image. That's not min haTorah. Rav Nosson Kareli says it's not something that lasts. It's davar she'en lo kiyum, and therefore it's not asur min haTorah. Together with the fact that the person that walks down, although for sure is going to be recorded, it's called psik resha, but it's psik resha de lo nichale. It doesn't benefit from it in any way. I don't care that I walk by, that the fact that they take in my image, and that is not something that I benefit from. It's considered like davar she'eno mitkayem, which would be permitted over here, especially that we're dealing with the Rabbanan, and such a thing would be permitted. Others want to say that it's mutar because it's not, it doesn't relate to me in any way. That's the Shevet HaLevi. I walk down the street, somebody else is recording me. I'm not initiating it. I'm not doing anything manually. I'm not doing anything physically. I'm just walking down the street. I'm not benefit from it. I don't want it. I didn't ask for it. Therefore, such a thing doesn't relate to me. Says Shevet HaLevi, it's not considered a melacha on Shabbat. It's not something that was prohibited. Another idea that they want to say over here is that maybe it's mitasek. Mitasek means a person that goes his way, doesn't even know what goes on. There's something that he did, happened, his action initiated something that he didn't even know, like a person that walks down the street and by mistake he steps on the ant. He doesn't know about it, he didn't realize, he doesn't intend, and then afterwards he sees that he stepped on an ant. That's called like mitasek, something that's not is asur on Shabbat. And therefore, for all these reasons, one is permitted to go down the street, although it's being videotaped the whole time. Even the owner is allowed to have such a camera, because for him, he just videotapes if in case something happens outside, he wants to have it. But he doesn't want that it should tape him. He's not interested that it should tape him. Therefore, whenever he walks by, that's not his interest to be taped. He just wants to see that if something would happen outside. And therefore, such a thing, some poskim also permitted because of the same reasoning that we applied before. There's another type of camera that has a sensor. In other words, it doesn't record all the time, only when a person comes close to the house. That's a little bit more questionable in halacha, because when you come close to the camera, that's when it starts taking your image. But even that, you could permit for the same reasons, because I'm not interested when I come close to the camera that it should photograph me or even starts photographing me. And especially that today it doesn't go on the screen. In other words, if we're dealing with somebody behind the counter watching the screen of anything that happens, like in buildings, offices, that's also another question in halakha that could be more problematic. But if it doesn't do any of that, it just records it, and you have a potential way to see it on a computer, it just holds there as a memory, and eventually it disappears. It doesn't last there forever. For all those reasons, the poskim felt that having such a camera and walking by such a camera should not be forbidden on Shabbat.